we'll stop talking about Antonio Brown for now. So. All right, what is up, guys? We're back with Week 3 reaction picks. It was a pretty good week, wouldn't you say? Pretty interesting.
Yeah, some surprising.
So some really surprising, some closer games than I thought. You know what? Let's just jump right into it. As much of a Jags fan as I am, as I like, watching them, and I was surprised at how well Gardner Minshew did, because I was going in the season expecting Foles, he's gonna take them to the playoffs. They're gonna be a good team, and then you have all the drama with Jalen Ramsey, and then all of a sudden Jalen Ramsey shuts up after Gardner Minshew just takes them to a 20-7 lead this week, and there's nothing on if he's gonna be traded or not. As far as I know, he did skip practice today on Monday. I saw that he told the team he was sick. But the owner wants to pay him. But I was surprised at how dominant the Jags looked in this game. So that's all I gotta say for that one.
Well, just looking at that game, I think Gardner, he definitely proved a lot of people wrong.
Mm-hmm. Did you see all the mustaches?
People didn't think he was able to do it.
Did you see all the mustaches that people were wearing?
Yeah.
That was funny. All right, sorry I interrupted. Keep going.
Well, anyways, people doubted him, from the start, and he even admitted it. In that one interview, I think, after the game, he said he said that a lot of people doubted him or whatever.
Yeah, he has been, what? He didn't get any scholarships in high school or something. And then he was like a third string or something in college or whatever, or didn't play for a very well-known college or whatever. So he's clawed his way up. And now he's known. So, you got anything else to say, or do you want to move on to this Bills game?
Move on to the Bills one.
All right. So, we both have the Bills here, and they look good. I think they're 3-0, aren't they?
Yeah, that's surprising.
I think the last time they went 3-0, didn't they go to the playoffs or something? I think that was the year.
I think when Tyrod, yeah.
Yeah, I believe that was the year. That they're looking good. They're looking strong. I don't know when do they have the Patriots coming up sometime soon, so that'll be the real test about how well they are. But they're looking real strong these first 3 weeks. It'll be fun to see what they do, how they fare against the Patriots, because they got to play them twice a year.
Yeah.
I mean, if they do as bad as the Jets and they end up putting in their second string.
Then they're screwed.
then they're screwed, and we know they're terrible, and they just got 3-0 lucky. Or whatever if they go 4-0 or 5-0. I forget what week they play the Patriots. But it was it's good to see them. I low key rooting for the Bills to make the playoffs. So
I think they have the talent for it too.
Oh yeah, definitely. I would say that. But I might even make whatever week, if the Bills stay undefeated, I might just make that my game of the week against the Patriots, whatever week that is, if they do. Because I think, as good as they are, I think they have a chance against the Patriots. Obviously, I don't see them taking the division, not this year at least, because of how stacked the Patriots are. But they're going to put up a real competition. God, I keep hitting buttons, and so it'll be fun to watch. And they're already a fun team to watch. So that's I'm praising them right now. So all right, you can go.
Well, I didn't think it was an exciting win for them because, it's the Bengals.
Oh yeah, but I mean the
The
Bengals.
Bengals are kind of crap.
Yeah, I mean, they got like. Okay, well, Seattle isn't that good of a team, and 49ers are an okay team, so I mean, but I think the Bills are a better team than the other teams they played, and they still put up. I don't even remember.
Pretty good numbers too.
Yeah, I don't even remember what the score was for that game. I'm gonna pull that up here real quick while you're talking.
I mean, I think it was pretty close, but
I don't know. We'll see if this wants to load. That's the wrong game. Should we? You know what? Let's just move on. We'll just move on to this. Oh my God, what a game this was. Obviously we caught the tail end of it after the Packer game was over. They played the last, I think it was 5 minutes of the game, and they were going back and forth, and it looked like the Eagles were gonna come back and win this one after. Was it? Crap! What was his name? Who blocked the kick? It's not Sproles. Or is it Sproles?
Who blocked the kick?
Or not blocked the kick. Who picked up the ball? Was it Sproles that picked up the ball? And then ran it for like 30 yards and put him at like the 30-yard line or 40-yard line?
Yeah, that was Sproles. Who got that catch?
Yeah, after. So it looked like...
Yeah, that was Sproles.
Yeah. It looked like they were going to come back and win, and then that Lions defense just, they're hanging in there, and I can't wait to watch the Lions and Packers because, I mean, as right now, they're the top two teams in the NFC North. So, and if the Bears...
I mean, technically, they have a loss.
Yeah, technically, they didn't lose at all. So, I mean, they're hanging up there. And I think, oh no, next week it's Minnesota and Chicago. But I want to see how well the Lions can do against the North. Because I think they're gonna put up some pretty good fight this year. I mean, Matthew Stafford's looking pretty good. It's Bush is the running, not Bush.
Kerryon Johnson.
Is that him?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought there was someone else. I thought they had another well-known running back. Maybe I'm...
No, because Bush retired.
Yeah, I know Bush retired. I was trying to think. I don't know. But I think, their offense is looking pretty strong. Obviously, you were texting me yesterday. It would have been amazing if Calvin Johnson was still playing. He would have probably completed that team and made them a pretty unstoppable team, too. If he was
I'm just surprised that they went 0-16 with him when he played.
I know. That was crazy. And now they're doing good. So, I think they're low-key, Lions are low-key underrated. And, right now they are number 2.
Contenders.
They are. I think the whole North is a contender.
Even though they beat the Eagles, which, I mean, the Eagles had quite a few people injured, but still, I mean, that shows that they can at least play with them no matter who's on the field or not.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, they were holding Carson Wentz, getting in his face. I mean, that last play of the game, last play for the Eagles in the game where, they were in his face and Carson Wentz was forced to get rid of it. So he had to take a shot deep. And, he got his hand up there and blocked it. And, the defender blocked it. And got his hand up there. And, I mean, their secondary is looking pretty strong. And, the front four, they're getting up to them. And so, I mean, we'll see. Because, now the Eagles come to face the Packers on Thursday. So that'll be an interesting game to watch because Deshaun Jackson's out. Is Alex Aguilar out or not? Not Alex.
Aguilar,
Aguilar.
I think. Nelson Aguilar.
Now is it Nelson?
I think he's. Yeah.
Is it really? I never thought it was Nelson. That's weird. I thought it was
I
something
think that's
else.
what it is.
I don't know. It's something. But I think he's out. So, I mean, they're down to a lot of their second and third string wide receivers now. So, that'll be an interesting game next week. Or this Thursday, actually.
Mm-hmm.
But I think low-key Lions are... They're definitely contenders. They're not at the bottom of the basement anymore. I mean, everyone in the North is, upstairs fighting for a playoff spot right now. And I think, Bears and Packers defense are even. I mean, you can put the Vikings and Lions defense up in that talk, too. And then, obviously, I don't know about, the Bears offense and, Kirk Cousins. But the Vikings running game with Cook is good. Oh my God, he's hard to stop. And then, Matthew Stafford he's fun to watch throw and whatnot. So it's definitely going to be competition, and it looks like Lions are finally coming out of the basement. So
yeah, where they should have been.
All right, you want to move on to this massacre game with the Patriots killing everyone they meet?
Yeah. It was a joke game.
It was a joke game. Victim number 3 for the Patriots is the Jets, obviously rival for the division. But I mean, the Jets were down. they're not like they may go 6-10. May. I mean, with Sam Darnold out until end of October, I think.
Yeah, like week 6 or 7, I think.
Yeah,
he's
like
out.
week 6, so end of October. I mean, you have no wide receivers really like known because they're all young, and then the defense, the secondary struggles and whatnot. But they're
shouldn't say that either because Tom Brady threw a pick 6.
Was that Tom Brady? I thought that was the backup.
No, Tom Brady threw a pick 6. I'm pretty sure.
Really? Because I thought... Oh, no, there was 2 pick 6s in the game, wasn't there? I thought... No, because the Jets offense never scored. So it had to be...
Yeah, their defense...
It had to be probably... Well, no, because they didn't get a...
Yeah, you're right. The backup from the Patriots threw a pick 6.
Oh, yeah. And then I think their special teams got a ball in the end zone or something, right? If I remember that correctly, that's the that's their only points. No points came from offense.
Yeah.
So, but I mean... I mean, you're bad when the Patriots have to put in their backups.
They shouldn't have even put Tom Brady in.
Yeah, just let the backup play the whole game. I mean, it's not like you're gonna lose. I mean, your defense is stacked enough to protect you from losing, even if your second string quarterback isn't the best. I mean, your defense will still. They'll still keep you in the game no matter what. So, but that was a bad game for the Jets. They're definitely in the basement, along with Miami.
Yeah, the only thing that's good about them is their defense, somewhat.
Yeah, they're somewhat good. I mean, maybe a top 20, maybe, but I mean, their offense. Until you get Sam Darnold back, you're like a top 30 defense or offense. I mean,
yeah.
Let's move on to this next game here, which I'm kind of surprised with who you picked here. For the Indy and Atlanta game, Jacoby Brissett just, yeah. I mean, they started out really well, and then, Atlanta started coming back. But I kind of figured, he's gonna carry him to a playoff run. So I don't think you can doubt him. I'm surprised he picked Atlanta.
Well, just looking at the game, I mean, he did good the first 3 quarters, Brissett, but it's like they just slowed down.
Yeah, they kind of did slow down that.
And Atlanta just pretty much took all the momentum away. But I mean, much respect to Brissett. He played very good, though.
Oh, he played really good. Everyone doubted him when he was taking over for Andrew Luck, which good on Andrew Luck to get out of there before he just kills himself on the field. I mean, that's what people don't understand is they put their lives on the line for our entertainment. So let's go watch people hit each other in the head to head with helmets, and running full speed and to knock someone over. I mean, yeah, obviously people are gonna get hurt, and I mean, if you look at this year already, I mean, there's so many teams that are already on their backups, and I mean their backups are playing pretty good, but I mean their first strings are already hurt. So I mean, I'm glad Andrew Luck got out. But Jacoby Brissett definitely showed the critics that he can handle it. And he shut up the haters. So I'm glad. I loved watching Indy in the playoffs last year, and I wish they could have gone farther. But I mean, I wish the Chiefs could have gone to the Super Bowl too. But I think they definitely have another playoff run in them, especially this year, because they're 3-0, aren't they? Or are they 2-1?
2-1.
Who'd they lose to? Is that week 1?
The Titans? No.
No, that was Browns in week 1. I don't remember, but I think they can. I think they can do good things. Get in the playoffs. Atlanta, we'll see. They might squeeze in a wild card because obviously you never doubt Matt Ryan. Well, okay, you know what? Never mind. I take that back. They're gonna choke and they're gonna just watch their playoff dreams slip away. So they're gonna lead the division and then they're gonna drop, and it's gonna be like a 4-game drop. That's gonna be the next meme.
Or they're just gonna lose the rest of the year.
Oh yeah, aren't they already 0-3? Oh no, they're 2-1.
They're 1-2.
Yeah, because they won week 2. That's right.
They got lucky though.
Oh, they did. They really did. Yeah, let's move on to the Oakland and Vikings.
Oakland sucks. They need help on everywhere.
Oh yeah, I don't even think Antonio Brown could have helped them out.
Maybe a little bit, but
maybe they might have scored one more touchdown. But I mean, obviously they had momentum rolling in the second half, but they were just down so much, and I expected a closer game. I thought it would be like a 7-point, 3-point, 4-point game, 2-point, 1-point. But I mean, because the way they looked the first 2 weeks, and I mean, they started out really strong against Kansas City. And that second half...
and they lost it all.
Yeah, and then they lost it all, and then Mahomes sets records.
Yeah, he did that again this week.
Yeah, I know.
But against Baltimore, too.
Yeah.
And Baltimore was coming back.
They were. Lamar Jackson kept them in it. Even all that defense kept them in it, too.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I I expected more out of Oakland. I expected a closer game, and I got a shootout, or not a shootout. It was a murder. I mean, it was nothing like a Dolphins Jets murder, but I mean they were a slow death. It was
Yeah,
just,
and Derek Carr, I mean, he's probably lost all confidence.
yeah. I mean, after winning week 1 against Denver, and it's like, oh, this team looks good. Because, everyone was hyping up the Denver defense. Which, I've said from, the start of the season, Denver defense is not that good. And I haven't been proven wrong. Well, okay. They're okay, but they're not as strong as what everyone says them out to be.
Mm-hmm.
So, I thought Oakland looked good after that, and then they did start out good, and then they looked decent in the second half of this Vikings game. Should have probably had that second quarter, but but I expected. I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed in him. That's all I gotta say, because I just that's how I feel.
I mean, he pretty much just summed it up.
Disappointment all around. Oakland, just go back to the basement, please. All right. I think this next game was my game of the week, if I'm not mistaken.
The Ravens versus Chiefs.
Yeah. Yep. Ravens and Chiefs. I'm glad I picked that as game of the week, because I mean, it was definitely a strong game. I mean, Patrick Mahomes just, he breaks his own
23
records.
points in the second quarter.
Yeah, I mean, he's just he's just like, oh, you know what? Let's just set another record this week too. Let's just keep this rolling. So I mean, I didn't expect, because it was like a 10-point win, wasn't it, or something?
5.
5?
Yeah.
Oh wow. I thought it was like a 10-point. But I expected it to come down to the wire, and I guess it kind of did, but I was expecting it would be Lamar Jackson come out slinging, and then Patrick Mahomes would have to try to, catch up, because Lamar would, he's a dual threat. So I thought, oh, he'll come out, he'll run it, he'll throw it, and then, Patrick Mahomes will have to do Patrick Mahomes things and come back. But, I mean, they went up pretty much the second quarter, because that first quarter, I think it was 7-6.
Baltimore was up 6-0 in the first quarter, and then
6-0.
Kansas City.
They scored a touchdown.
Kansas City scored 23 in the second quarter.
Didn't they? Oh, so they didn't score at all in the first quarter? I thought they scored 7 in the first quarter, like the last minute.
No.
Huh.
Kansas City was destroying them at halftime.
Oh, yeah, they were. It was 23-6 by the end of the half. And then, then Lamar Jackson had to kind of just pull it together and bring them back, which he almost did.
He didn't throw any touchdowns either. It was all running game.
It was all running game. But I mean, who was it? Was it Sammy Watkins had that one-handed catch, and then there's that other guy, like I think it was number 14. He's like a second or third string wide receiver. Had a 76-yard bomb from Patrick Mahomes. I mean, that guy could probably throw 150 yards. Patrick Mahomes can just, go from one end zone end to the other side of the fans. I mean, with the arm on him. That's. You want to talk about your favorite QB?
Oh yeah, you can't stop him.
That's all you want to say?
Yeah, you can't stop him. You can't guard him. No matter what people you put on him, he always seems to get the ball off.
Oh yeah.
I mean, forward or sidearm.
Sidearm, or he just goes with the left hand and just tosses it, shovel passes it. He is the new generation Brett Favre. He definitely is. Except with less picks.
Easily.
Less picks though, so
Yeah.
But
and he knows how to scramble too. I mean, he's good at getting out of pressure.
Yeah, he's definitely gonna go into the books. He's going in the Hall of Fame. Probably the year he retires. They're just like, oh yeah, we're gonna call you back. We want you to go right in the Hall of Fame, Patrick. You want to say anything else about your favorite QB, or do you want to move on to the Green Bay game?
I want to move on to the Green Bay one because that one was good.
Oh, that was a really good game. Finally, I was gonna do a breakdown for it, but I think might as well just talk about it here because But I gotta give that Denver special teams. I mean that returner, I think it was Samuel, like something Samuel, I think was his name, had a 54-yard return, punt return.
Oh, yep.
I mean that special teams was barely on the field. But when they that Denver special teams was, making good plays. I mean, obviously, Lindsley, with his big hair, somehow fits it in his helmet. He was
freaking afro.
he was running all over. His own lineman was pushing him in the end zone.
He's a tank for such a little dude.
Oh yeah, he's 5'9", I believe. And
5'8".
Or 5'8". And I mean he runs so well. I mean, obviously undrafted and whatnot. I think he's from Denver too, isn't he?
Colorado
or
is
Colorado
one too.
But I mean, as good as the Packers defense were, I think they were, the offense was, really putting the Packers defense to the test. I mean, obviously they had was it 3 takeaways? 3 takeaways in the game, I believe. Yeah, two fumbles and interception. But I mean, okay, Jair Alexander, I might be putting him a little too high, but I think he's probably the best corner in the NFL right now. I mean, he is so good. He literally went in, grabbed the ball, and took the ball right out of that tight end's hands, and then returns it.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and then he was targeted, like 6 times, and I think when he was targeted, I think they only had 1 ball caught on him or something. I think, maybe.
Yes, I believe so.
Something like that. But I mean, he talks, but I mean he can put up,
He has game to back it up.
He has a lot of game to back it up, and I love him. Even ever since he had that play in Minnesota last year where he pushed one of the Vikings receivers. Wait, did I say Green Bay?
Yeah.
Whatever. I meant when the Packers went to Minnesota, and then Jair Alexander comes up, pushes one of the receivers into Stephon Diggs, and knocks him flat on his butt 5 yards behind. I mean, when he has IQ like that to do plays like that, even when he's being blocked, he still is attacking the person with the ball. So I mean, it's so
Uses
fun.
Resources.
Oh yeah, it's so fun to watch Jair Alexander. And when Kevin King is healthy, he can do some amazing things. We saw that last week when he basically sealed the deal against the Vikings. I mean, they're good, but I think Jair Alexander is probably the best cornerback in the game, in the NFL today.
I would say that's safe to say.
I mean, obviously, people like Ramsey, but I mean, Ramsey doesn't always back up his talk.
No.
I mean,
but he likes to get in people's heads, though.
Oh, he does. He's kind of like Richard Sherman, where he gets in your head. But I think he's probably the best, and I love watching that Packers defense as a whole. I love watching Preston and Zadarius Smith. Rashawn Gary, he's
okay.
He's okay. He got injured.
He's okay.
I think every week this year. I think, because he got injured last week against the Vikings. He got injured against the Broncos, and I don't remember if he got injured against the Bears or not. But I mean, he gets just get a little better. And I think he could be really fun to watch too. And then obviously Tramon Williams, he's made a couple mistakes, but obviously having a veteran like him on the defense is amazing. That helps out the guys a lot, and this seems like the best defense in the league right now. And I know I'm not gonna comfortably put them up there on a pedestal because obviously there's a couple good defenses. Like I love watching that Bears defense too. Khalil Mack, I mean he just helps out that Bears defense so much. But I would put the Packers probably at the top spot right now, the way they're looking. And obviously, it's only week 3. So I'm not going to just comfortably say, oh, yeah, they're the best defense in the league. But I'm going to kind of say they are. I mean, there's some good defenses this year, but I think the Packers kind of just have enough to say maybe they're the best. So, and then do you want to talk about that offense because they finally got going? Oh my God.
Yeah, they finally got their run game going at least.
Yeah. Who was?
I think that's what they needed.
Williams had a bunch.
Williams
he didn't have any
and Jones.
Touchdowns. Yeah, Jones had 2 touchdowns, but Williams had a lot of good carries. And I think they're gonna start running it a lot more. Because everyone likes to double team Adams, but then you have people like Marquez coming out, and because Aaron Rodgers, and I don't know if this is true, he said he ran like a 4.3 or whatever. He's like a 4.3 speed, which I don't know if that's true.
Rodgers ran that?
No, Marquez. Rodgers said that Marquez is like a 4.3 speed, which I don't know. I don't know if that's true. But
so you're saying like Chris Johnson speed, pretty much.
Kinda, yeah. I don't know if that's true. So that's a big grain of salt. But
I'd believe it. I mean, he is fast.
Oh yeah, he got down the field pretty.
He's probably
fast.
up there with like Julio and Odell.
Oh yeah,
at least.
Yeah. All right. Sorry, I took over again. Keep going on the offense.
Oh, I was gonna say that. Shit.
Hey, family friendly.
Oh my bad, frick.
You're gonna just move on.
Yeah, I completely lost my train of thought.
I'm surprised Carolina won. That's all I gotta say. I mean, Arizona did not look good. Did not look good at all.
I can tell you, freaking Carolina's backup's been probably waiting a long time to do that.
Oh yeah, couple years.
Your 4 is coming out of like no time ball.
Yeah.
I don't think Cam Newton should be on Carolina anymore. I think he should just request a trade because, I mean,
he's already out for next week.
Yeah, and they were also saying that watching him in interviews, he looks like he's not even like he doesn't care anymore.
Yeah, well, okay, ever since he lost that Super Bowl, I don't think he's cared.
I don't think he cares about being on Carolina anymore. I think they should just trade him.
Yeah, I think you got to give that back
because he's clearly not happy there.
Oh yeah, that backup's got some shine to him. That'll be fun to watch. And he gets another shot next week. So, I mean, these backups are they're doing real good.
They're good.
They're good. And you know, as bad as the Jets are, I do like Falk. I do like him. I think it's
give him some time. He'll probably do
he's
something good.
I don't like. He's like hasn't seen any field. He probably saw like a quarter or a couple quarters in the preseason. Because when you're the third string, you don't see like anything at all. So I mean,
no.
This is his time to shine, and obviously, you can't expect him to come out guns a-blazing against the Patriots. You kind of expect to lose that, but it's still fun to just watch him play. Because I think he's a little underrated. Obviously, he needs a lot of time to, get better and master.
Well, yeah, the offensive line has to do stuff for him.
Yeah, that offensive line.
Because, he can't be the only one that's doing everything.
Yeah. Yeah. Because he never has a lot of time. But, a lot of these backups are just... They're so much fun to watch, and it's so kind of refreshing now. I think...
Well, you kind of have to expect that. When you're... Because that's what fans don't realize is, we're so used to a big veteran quarterback, playing for multiple years, and then when some random guy steps in...
Yeah.
You kind of have to feel for him.
Yeah.
What are the Packers going to do, for instance, when Aaron Rodgers retires?
Boyle will do good. In my opinion, I like Boyle.
Because they can't just keep trading away all these backups. They traded Huntley, Flynn.
Yeah, and then Huntley decided to go and, look really good against, and when he was in Arizona. Matt Flynn, I miss him. I want him back.
Well, he's good.
He is good. And I think he's probably still has a couple years left in him. Bring him back.
I think he's younger than Rodgers.
Probably. Who I do want to talk about though? Daniel Jones. Let's get into that game.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Ever
he
since
led a freaking 18-point comeback.
18-point comeback. Ever since they drafted him, I have supported him. I said, this might be a good thing for the Giants. Good thing they didn't pick up Dwayne Haskins. They picked Daniel Jones.
No,
and look at what he did.
Even starting.
Yeah, yeah. Haskins didn't even start. Look at what Daniel Jones did. 18-point comeback. He's ever since Tuesday when he was gonna start being the starting QB. I figured this is the game where he has to prove himself. This is the game where it's either him or they go back to Eli and sit Jones the rest of the year. And I was hoping he would have a good game. And look at what he did. Look at him. He is definitely the right pick for the Giants. Definitely.
Easily.
I will praise this man for the rest of my life. He looks so good. And then obviously now that Barkley's out for 4 to 6 weeks, you got to throw the ball more probably. Which I think I don't know what the schedule is coming up. I don't really look at any other upcoming schedules, or really any of them. But I think he's gonna do good. They might make the playoffs as a wild card, depending on how the rest of the NFL goes. But if Daniel Jones can lead them to a whole bunch of wins, I think they're guaranteed a wild card spot. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
I love watching him play. I love his highlights. I love what he did. I will praise that man forever.
They should have started him in week 1. I mean,
they should have. I mean, they could have been 3-0. I mean,
yeah, I don't
imagine.
I don't understand their thinking in that one.
Yeah, imagine week 1 against Dallas. Daniel Jones comes back, beats Dallas. You know how big of an upset that would be? I mean, that would be crazy.
Yeah, I have no other words for that game, but good game for him.
Oh yeah, that was. Let's move right on over to this New Orleans and Seattle game, which was a little bit of a surprise. I did not expect New Orleans to take the win. Obviously, I thought it would have been a close game, which it kind of was.
It was. Yeah.
But I did not see New Orleans coming out and starting. I think by halftime it was 20-7, I believe.
27-7, I think.
Was it? I thought it was. I don't exactly remember, but I remember they were up 20-7 at one point. And I doubted Bridgewater. I guess I did. But I don't know. I got nothing to say here. So.
Well, I mean, Bridgewater's been in this league for quite a while. I mean, you can't really sleep on him. I mean, he brought the Vikings to the playoffs.
That's true. He did.
A couple of years ago.
And then he goes and sits behind Drew Brees. And if Drew Brees would have never got hurt, I think it would have been a lot closer game against the Rams. But I think it would have been a blowout against Seattle. But I'm kind of shocked at how this game turned out. And I did not expect New Orleans to come out with the victory here. I thought it would have taken Teddy Bridgewater a little longer to, settle in and whatnot. But he he settled in pretty quickly.
Oh, yeah. He was comfortable.
Oh, yeah.
Right from the get-go.
Oh, yeah. Let's just move on because I don't know if you have any other words, but I have no other words for that game.
I have no other words for that one.
All right. Well, I'm kind of disappointed with Dallas, to be honest. I mean, I don't know how you make it a 10-6 game at halftime against the Dolphins. I mean, obviously, okay, that second half, they completely blew them out of the water. But with how stacked Dallas is, I mean, Dak threw an interception. I think, was that the first quarter? I don't remember.
Did he actually throw an interception?
He threw an interception. I don't remember if that was. That might have been the second half, actually. I don't remember. But that first half, they came out so slow. Like I was 10-6 at half. I'm like, okay, are the Dolphins gonna steal one from the Cowboys right here? Like, I was seriously thinking that by halftime. I was like, there's no way. Like, how is Dallas has been one of these most hyped up teams, and they're going 10-6 against the Miami Dolphins, who traded away Minka Fitzpatrick, by the way, which makes them even worse.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously that second half they came out guns a-blazing. Didn't Miami score like 16 or something in total? Wasn't it like 35-16 or something?
It's like 31-6.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, they didn't score.
Okay. But that
they're trash.
Yeah, they're the worst team in the NFL. No doubt about it.
But I mean, if they're tanking for Tua, I mean, they have nothing to lose. So
unless he's trash and gets hurt week 1, starts becoming like
Tua's good though.
Watch them be like,
pretty
hey,
good,
that's what they said about Kyler Murray. Remember what they said about Kyler Murray? Look at what happened now. They're 0-2-1.
He's not bad.
Well, when you have to run 15 feet behind your line of scrimmage just to see the players downfield.
Well, he's short.
I know that.
You can't blame it on that.
Well, yeah, but I find it so dumb that he goes so far back just to throw it. I mean, that's why he's gotten sacked. And why, I mean, they've had so many long downs. But, I don't know. That's...
But, I mean, I don't know. I mean, Kyler can do good things, but, I mean, I don't see him as a playoff QB just yet.
No, give him 2 or 3 years.
They gotta win first.
Yeah, give him 2 or 3 years for now. But I don't. You wanna just move on to the Houston and Chargers?
Yeah, that one was. It was okay.
It was definitely an okay game. I did not think Phillip Rivers, was doing this bad. I didn't think, the Chargers were doing this bad this year. Oh boy, was I wrong.
Don't dump Deshaun.
I mean, he played pretty good against Breeze in week 1, and then they almost lose to Jacksonville in week 2.
Yeah, I don't understand.
And then they come out and beat the Chargers, who I thought the Chargers were better than what they were. I think, aren't they 0-3? I think.
The Chargers? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
they beat the Colts week 1.
Oh, that's right. That is right.
That's...
But I didn't expect them to do this bad as they did. I got nothing else to say. You can say whatever you want to say. I have nothing else to say here.
Yeah, all I gotta say is don't sleep on Deshaun. I mean, he played good against Drew Brees, and he definitely played good against Phillip Rivers, so...
All right, let's go on to San Francisco and Steelers. They freaking had 5 interceptions, 5 turnovers during this game, and they still won it. I mean, I don't know how you do that. I mean, they were they were doing so good that first half, and then not even that first half, because they had 4 in the first half, and they still beat the Pittsburgh Steelers, even though they only won by 4. But then James Conner fumbled, so that's why they won, because they finally got a fumble of their own. 49ers aren't as good as I thought they were. What?
I have no words for that game. I don't get how...
Yeah.
I don't know.
How do you do so bad,
close, to be honest,
and still win?
But it's also the Steelers. I mean, the only player that they got was Minka.
Yeah, but I mean, Mason Rudolph looked good against the Seahawks last week. So.
But it's the Seahawks.
Well, yeah, but they're 2-1. I mean.
Yeah, it should be like 0-3.
I don't know what to tell you there. All right.
Maybe not. Maybe 1-2.
Yeah, maybe. They're not.
I don't see.
They might not make the playoffs this year. I don't know.
I don't think San Francisco will either. I mean,
yeah.
As good as they're playing right now, it's way too early. I mean, they haven't even played really any good teams yet.
Yeah.
Like really, really good.
And look at how well they did against the bad Steelers team.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they started off okay, but they're definitely not going to make the playoffs. Definitely not. All right,
No.
let's get into this last game here. Obviously we're recording this before Bears and Washington tonight. So I mean, well, we'll have a breakdown of that. Hopefully Tuesday night, tomorrow night. Hopefully, otherwise, it'll be Wednesday afternoon ish. But this final game here, I enjoyed it and I thought it was a lot better. Or not a lot. Well, it was a decent game. It was a really decent game, and I did not expect a 3-6 score by halftime. I didn't expect that at all.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly thought, which I mean, good on the Browns. I mean, you were literally 5 yards away from the end zone, and the game literally came down to the wire. I mean, Freddie Kitchens made some dumb play calls. I'll admit that. But I mean, you held in there with the Rams. And I don't know if you noticed, but they were calling a lot of Patriot plays. Calling a lot of plays that the Patriots called in the Super Bowl. Did you hear about that? The announcers talk about that.
I heard them briefly talk about it. Yeah.
But for like a fifth of the game, they were calling a lot of looks that the Patriots did in the Super Bowl, and that kind of held the Rams back a little. And then Jared Goff started getting the rhythm, starting getting comfortable in the second half, but I did not see that being as close as it was. I thought the Rams were going to blow them out, and I want the Browns to win. I think it would be fun to see them in the playoffs, but they're not a playoff team. Not this year.
Nope.
I mean, it's sad to say because they had so much hype, so much potential coming in, but they're just...
They haven't performed anything at all.
No. You beat the Jets. Woohoo. Third stringer. Woohoo. I mean, you got blown out at home against the Titans. And then...
Surprised they didn't get blown out against the freaking Rams.
Yeah. You held in there against the Rams. And I'll admit that it was a pretty good game. And I have a hard time even saying they can sneak into a wild card spot with how they played.
It's way too early.
I mean, I know it's early, but that I think the defense played way better than their offense. And Cooper
Baker
Kupp
needs to settle down.
He does. Cooper Kupp put in an amazing game, though. He made a lot of good plays. A lot of plays that extended the Rams' drives that should have been 3 and outs. So they should have covered him a lot better. But the Browns shot themselves in the foot. I mean, they basically were the reason why they lost. It was on them, not on the Rams. I mean, they had so many chances to go down and score, and they kind of played a little too conservative. And I don't know why you call because I think, didn't they call a running play on a 4th and 9 or something like that?
Yeah, that's when Chubb...
Yeah, and then Chubb got like 2 yards or whatever. Like, I don't know why you call a run play on that. I don't know. They ran... I don't know if you saw that last drive, but they ran, I believe, 3 out of the 4 downs when they were down by the end zone. Oh, I'm sorry, 2 out of the 4. Because Baker threw on that 4th down, and then he threw on the 1st down, I believe. Well, I would have taken 4 shots, 4 throws at the end zone. I would not have gone conservative unless you're at the 2-yard line or the 1-yard line. I would have ran it. But if you're at the 5, 6, 7-yard line, I would take shots at the end zone and not try to run it in because that defense is ready for the run game all game long.
Well, yeah, especially when you have Matthews and Aaron Donald right in the. You're not getting past them.
Yeah. Did you see Clay Matthews came out to his dad when they honored him?
Mm-hmm. Bruce.
You know, surprised his dad. Which I thought was cool. I didn't know he played for the Browns, though. I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. And
all-time leading sacker for the Browns.
I think he has a cousin that plays for the Falcons, I think.
Huh.
He's like an offensive lineman, I think.
They have a lot of people that play in the NFL, too, just like the Mannings.
Yeah.
Overall, though, it was definitely a lot closer than I thought. You have any final thoughts for this game or any other game that you want to talk about?
Well, going with that Browns game, I mean, they tried. I mean, they really tried, but just stupid play calling, and they don't execute on critical downs. I mean, they didn't. To me, they didn't feel like they did anything good, other than that touchdown that they had.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, they basically had Odell and Landry covered the whole time. So you can't have Baker only going for them. Like, that's when you got to go for your other receivers when you have Odell and Landry really covered. Like, obviously, if they're open, go for them if you want to, if that's your first option or whatever. But, I mean, he looked like he was just kind of looking for just really Odell and Landry most of the game. And, I mean, that's what you can't do. So,
Yeah. That's all I have to say about it.
Yeah. Overall, though, the week overall was a pretty good week. I think that Jags game surprised me. The Rams game obviously surprised me. New Orleans kind of did. It was fun watching both the Green Bay and the Kansas City game. Those were fun to watch.
Oh yeah, those were. Whew.
They were probably the best games of the week. But overall, it was a decent week. Not a lot of unexpected things. Yeah, that's all I really gotta say. That Lions defense though, low key gonna be good. So gotta watch out for that defense and that offense, because once Matthew Stafford gets into a rhythm, that's gonna be real good.
And their special teams.
Oh, and their special, yeah. First team to return a punt for a kickoff. A punt for a touchdown, and that was 100 yards. First one all season. So
yeah.
I'm gonna probably just wrap it up. Any final thoughts before we get out of here?
Hopefully Baker does good against Kansas City next week.
Oh, that'll. Whew. All right. Well, I'm going Kansas City.
Well, and I think they played it. I think Kansas City and Cleveland played last year too.
Yeah, I think Baker got destroyed.
Yeah. They're not a playoff team yet.
Oh no, not yet. I thought they were. I mean, on paper they are. But you know, the way they're playing, they're not. And that's sad to say, but that's the truth. So, I'm gonna wrap it up. Thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe, and we will see you all next time.